Comments like this telling me what to do regarding aggressive dogs sure do fucking make my day. You see, while yes, that once an aggressive or reactive dog has developed that neural pathway, the motor pathway that's been reinforced, and the myelin sheath has hardened, it's hard to get synaptic pruning involved in this to get that neural pathway to go away. Yes, well, I agree with you, not that you know what that means. There's so much here that we must analyze. You had your dog professionally trained. That doesn't mean good training. Had your dog under veterinary care as well. Means jack shit. Veterinarians don't know shit about behavior. It's not part of their curriculum. And I love me a good vet. Then 2 years later, you take the dog into an unfamiliar context and the dog reacts at something. Instead of being self-reflective, you paint every reactive dog with the broad stroke of your brush that says, these dogs are a danger and can't be rehabilitated. But in actuality, Margaritaville Bob, Margaritaville, many of them can actually be rehabilitated. And of course, if you just keep in mind that you have a reactive dog, then at that point, things like this won't happen and you can do the proper introductions into new contexts. Let's go ahead and talk about your training that you went through. Ooh, look at this Argyle. But if you would have had proper training, that would have actually told you that the best way to get reactive dogs to be non-reactive is to teach alternative behaviors first, then punish the behaviors that you don't want, introducing the dog into higher criteria context slowly and lather, rinse, repeat the cycle of the dog choosing the alternative behaviors in uncomfortable new higher criteria environments and realizing that, hey, I didn't die doing this. That's how you do it. And here's what happened. You either neglected your training or your trainer or your veterinarian, who's so great, didn't fucking give you the proper protocols. Because if you took your reactive dog who had the coping strategy of reacting to things into an unfamiliar context without slow exposure to it, and you just decide to go for it because you think your dog is rehabbed for forever, that's your fault. That's your fault. That means out of any rehabilitated dog, management will always be a small part of the protocol. It always will be. And any professional will tell you that. And here in this situation, my clients will tell you that too. And they'll also tell you that their dogs have been bite-free for years and years and years and years and years. And why is that? It's because we teach this. We teach this. But for you to spread such misinformation as like, well, you can't get to all the triggers. You know what the trigger should be? This is my philosophy on training, and that said, when the dog feels uncomfortable to come check in with us versus react, meaning that the dog then learns to cope with the feeling of uncertainty with a coping strategy that's far more conducive than the dog choosing its own coping strategy, because dogs will dog. Margaritaville Bob. Well, yes, a biting dog will always be that. All dogs bite. And just remember,